as we get back to CT Sports Now.
Keith, it hurts when I do this.
That's the wrong prescription I'm writing for that.
Doctor.
Sports doctor,
Keith
not
O'Brien.
the arm doctor.
Oh.
Mark, tennis elbow.
Oh, thank you.
Diagnosed right on the spot.
Keith O'Brien, the sports doctor, everybody, is with us now. And Keith, thank you so much for coming up. We're talking about high school basketball in particular, and the ECC right in the middle of its boys' conference tournament, and now the semifinals are set, right?
Yeah, big weekend tomorrow, especially at the X. Waterford High School. The semifinals are set. Ledyard will take on East Lyme, #1 seed, and London will take on Waterford, the host team. It's going to be a lot of fun down there for high school basketball tomorrow.
Well, take a look at the graphic here because we put together a graphic. So here you got it. Ledyard, which knocked off NFA, game was supposed to be played the other night, was played tonight.
Postponed because of weather.
Because of
rain,
weather, yeah.
I don't know.
They had a little, a little moisture in the air. It was foggy. I don't know why, but anyway. so Ledyard and East Lyme, and then the Waterford, New London. All right, let's just quickly talk about that #1 seed. East Lyme ranked among the top 10 teams in the state. They got this guy Dev
Ostrowski,
who put up 47 the other night against Fitch. But let's face it. East Lyme had some problems early with Fitch. Fitch came out nailing three-pointer after three-pointer. We have some highlights from the other night. Right. And they were behind at halftime, and it was Ostrowski who kind of had to get it back in the game.
And Dev has become kind of a closer a little bit for Jeff Bernardi and the East Lyme team. And, it's a kind of a tricky matchup for East Lyme against Ledyard. Ledyard is the only team in the league to beat East Lyme is Ledyard. And Ledyard took them to double overtime the second time and lost. So, styles determine fights. Ledyard's got a good style going into this game, full court trap, and that's what East Lyme has had trouble with this year.
And on the other side, when you look at the other matchup, at Waterford at home, and they play it there every year. Right?
Yeah, right.
Because of the facility, and it is wild, raucous, to say the least. I think they have a distinct advantage, plus this kid.
Mikey Bissetto, he is the Superman of our league. He's going to Southern New Hampshire next year to play Division II basketball. No, he's tremendous. But the thing is, again, styles determine fights. New London beat Waterford earlier this year.
When you look at,
I just want to make sure that the doctor sees that pass. Did you
Oh,
see the behind the back
dish right there?
I mean, that and to Bissetto, who's the school's all-time leading assist guy, right? So it was almost appropriate that he would receive that.
Closing in on the all-time leading scoring mark too. He's got 1,300 points, creeping up the ladder, just about 100 points shy of the all-time leading scorer for Waterford.
And what is the talk about playing there at Waterford? I mean, they play so well there. That might be the best home court, top 5 home courts in the state.
It's tremendous, Mark. I mean, especially on this weekend coming up, too. They have the late game. They have the marquee matchup. Lancer Nation, with some of these crowds and student sections in the eastern part of the state have been tremendous. They have got one loss at home all year long. And you know what? They made it to a final last year and lost to Ledyard with a senior like Mikey Bissetto, a senior group, Walker Sutman, Liam Spellman's a junior, J.J. Brennan. A lot of weapons there looking to get back that championship game.
It's funny. I don't want to call anybody out here, but I have to because it was kind of funny. I was at the Waterford game the other night, and I go up to the student section, and they're like, oh, come on, this isn't a big game. Wait until we play New London. Then it's a big game. I said, A, you guys haven't won anything yet, and B, how do you know New London's going to win? But they were right on both counts because New London ended up with the victory over Stonington.
Yeah, and New London is, coached by Craig Parker, who's got a fistful of state championships as well in that end of the state. But these last 2 years for Chop, I think he's had to coach these kids up a little bit. They're not the best basketball players. They're not the greatest athletes, but they bought into his system. They scrap, they play tough D, and that's how they came out on top against Waterford in Game 1. They kind of pushed around Mikey Bissetto. They kind of closed out space on the guards, didn't give them a lot of room to operate.
If we look past this, not that we want to, but past the conference tournament into the states, which for the boys doesn't begin for about a week or a little more than a week, but when you look at East Lyme and you look at Waterford in their divisions and maybe Ledyard too, I don't know who can we look at from the eastern part of the state to make a real run toward Mohegan Sun?
All 4 of them. All 4 of them. And I'll tell you the reason why. I mean, the league takes a hit as far as going across the state. These 4 teams, East Lyme, Waterford, Ledyard, and New London, 18-4 out of conference this year. 18-4 with wins over Wethersfield, Glastonbury, Prince Tech. The league's good. It doesn't have a standout team, maybe Waterford or East Lyme, but when you match these schools in against some of the other teams in class, I think they fare very well.
We've talked about Division One. Let's quickly talk about Division Two because they'll be playing as well. Who's the team to beat in Division Two?
Well, obviously, New London and Ledger are both in Division Two, but Glastonbury, Wethersfield, and Simsbury.
No. I mean Division Two in the ECC.
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
ECC, yeah.
St. Bernard's.
Yeah.
Class act. They won a Division II championship last year. They're back. Mark Jones, a great coach, played high-level college basketball at Dayton. Hunter Belarjan, Max Lee, very good team. They're ranked #1 in the state in Division IV.
Yeah.
19 and 2 this year.
Well,
Could be quite a run.
I don't think you're going to find anybody with more enthusiasm for let alone ECC sports, but for sports in the state. And by the way, Keith, congratulations being named the new voice of Coast Guard basketball and football starting next season. So great opportunity for you.
We're having a lot of fun down there. Southeastern Connecticut, loaded, rich in sports tradition. We're going to have 2,000 people all afternoon long tomorrow at Waterford High School. Get out and see some of these games, guys. This is a great time of year, all over the place. The shoreline, the eastern, the western part of the state. Let's go get it done.
Hey, that's what we'll do. You'll do it. We'll do our best, and hope everybody enjoys it. Keith, we enjoyed having you. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.
All right, guys. Great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
It really keeps us all up to speed. It's tremendous.
Thank you, and thanks for coming. Thanks for coming all the way, and we appreciate it.